schedule. Immediately after receiving my phone call, immediately he accepted and also postponed his today's case to other day. From inner core of my heart, I am not able to actually express. So actually, after his plus two, he pursued after plus two commerce. Actually, he pursued integrated law from MS Law College, Qatar, and also he completed his LLM from Barampur University, and also pursued so many certificate courses at Richa Chopra, and he also practicing since 2011. He is appearing in Supreme Court of India, Orissa High Court, and also other high courts like Calcutta, Bombay, Delhi, and Karnataka. Also, he is appearing in National Grade Tribunal, National Company Law Tribunal, Competition Commission of India, National Consumer Dispute Redressal Commission, etc. Here, apart from this, he also appearing in subordinate courts of India, of Orissa, and he has the specialization in writ, criminal matters, arbitration, and other commercial cases, PMLA, consumer, family matters, etc. In all these areas, he has the specialization, and he has also secured many positions and achievements and also awards. So he awarded as the outstanding young advocate of Orissa High Court. He also awarded a summer course degree on international law by Indian Society of International Law, New Delhi in 2007. He also is the research person for many government departments, and also guest faculty in various educational institutions. Recently, he authored and also published a law book titled Municipal Corporations Manual. Apart from this, he is also served as the president of Rotary Club of Qatar. He is conducting many cases for the following educational institutions as legal retainer or advisor. In following educational institutions: Madhusudan Law University, Qatar; Fakirmohan University, Sri University, Orissa; Sri Aurobindo School of New Thought, Sri Aurobindo Science College, Sai International Science College. He is also conducting cases in High Court and Supreme Court for the following organizations. He is conducting cases for almost all government departments except income tax. He is also appearing for Archaeological Survey of India in Sri Jagannath Temple Parikrama case. He is also appearing for the surveyors of Sri Jagannath Temple Puri in Supreme Court of India, and also Orissa Cricket Association OCA, Google India Private Limited, Drive India Enterprise Solutions Limited in Sinusur, Hedge and Hedge Pharmaceuticals Limited, Volkswagen Limited, Bhartiya Road Lines, JK International Private Limited, conducting also cases for rice millers of Orissa in Consumer Forum, High Court, and before the Competition Commission of India. Valvoline and Cummins Limited, Mahindra and Mahindra Limited, etc. So these are what the details, and many more things about which will not be ended after our saying also. So thank you so much, Bhai. Expressing my gratitude. that in spite of his busy schedule, you have given your precious time to us and let us enjoy from his talk. Thank you. Thanks for watching.
Thank you so much, madam. I would like to invite Dr. Suresh Chandra Das for the theme introduction of today's seminar.
Respected Mr. Prabhu Prasad Behra, Advocate, Central Government, Government of India, Odisha High Court, and Supreme Court of India. Respected HOD, Mrs. Vaipavamati, my faculty colleague, Ranjita Madam, Arishita Madam, Manoj Sir, Das Sir, and my dear fellow students. A very good morning to all of you. The topic is intellectual property right. Intellectual property right, you can say that there are three words in this. One is intellectual, second one is property, and third one is rights. Intellectual as such, it has been taken from the word intellect. So intellectual means bodic. माने जो है मस्तिष्क को related to creation. Property means संपदा, संपत्ति. Rights means अधिकार. तीनटा word intellectual, property right, बौद्धिक, संपदा, अधिकार. So you have to first know what is the meaning of intellectual property. Intellectual property means something which has been invented or created by a person. It can be anything, any design, any product, any logo, trademark, anything. Why it should be protected? Because if a company or if a person has invested so much time in designing a product and somebody is taking the photocopy or he is imitating that product, then the person who has created the product, he will financially be suffering. ताମାନେ होची जति आपण जति निजे कोइ जिंस तयारी करछु डिजाइन करछु ताकू जति आ गोटे लोक चोरी करे नेला त लॉस काटा से लोक होची ओरिजिनेट करछु से अधिकार को बंचे है that property is intellectual property right has come into picture. If you see, it is not a standalone law. It has some laws like Copyright Act 1957, Trademarks Act 1999, Patent Act 1970, the GI of Goods Registration and Protection Act 1999, Protection of Plant Varieties and Farmers' Right Act 2001, the Design Act 2000, the Semiconductor Integrated Circuits Layout Design Act 2000. So all these are coming under IPR. It is not a single act. It is a composed act of these 7 or 8 acts. Now some of the act like Copyright Act, I will say a case on that is called monkey selfie case. So maybe obviously he is an advocate, so he knows that monkey selfie. It is a case. What was the unique case was that in a zoo or not in a zoo, it was a reserve, forest reserve. गोटे फोटोग्राफर जाइथिला कैमरा से सेट करी पड़ी छी मंकी गोटे आसला से ता फोटो उठेली पळला दैट सेल्फी एक्चुअली हैज बीन टेकन बाय द मंकी बुझ परलो केस होला कोन ये जहां भी आ फोटोग्राफ उठे छी कि मंकी उठे छी किंतु कैमरा का कैमरा मैन तो जो रिजर्व वाला थे से माने केस करे जे एटा मंकी जे उठे छी पैसा हमको मिले कथा कैमरामैन कहला जे नहीं एटा मो कैमरा उठाई छी बट द क्वेश्चन इज वेदर दिस कॉपीराइट बिलोंग्स टू द मंकी और द पर्सन किंतु कॉपीराइट हिसाब से कहै छै दैट ओनली हैपन मनुष्य इट इज नॉट फॉर the species. तो केस रो घटी थिला जे यूएस रे कोले जे कैमरामैन जहां भी रेवेन्यू हो ता 25% it will go for conservation of species. आउ एक केस अछि जो ट्रेडमार्क रिलेटेड सेटा होछि सरदार बक्स कॉफी वर्सेस स्टारबक्स. एटा बहुत इंपोर्टेंट केस. से केस में कोन हैला स्टारबक्स इज रजिस्टर्ड टू इट इज अ नाउन नेम. तार लोगो गोल आतार भितर गोटे स्त्री लोक अछि तार चुटीटा एमते अछि. से 2001 रे तार हेतिला ट्रेडमार्क ता रजिस्टर हेतिला. 2015 रे आउट कंपनी असला सरदार बक्स. सरदार बक्स कंपनी इज बेसिकली लोकेटेड इन वेस्ट दिल्ली. सेमनी भी सेम बिजनेस. ये स्टारबक्स भी कॉफी चेन एमआर भी कॉफी चेन. तो सेम लोगो खाली डिजाइन इज सेम किंतु से झियो बंदी बदला सेटा गोटे थिला सरदार बुझि पड़छो. सो इट इज ए केस ऑफ ट्रेडमार्क इन्फ्रिंजमेंट. तो मैं सेम टाइप ऑफ लोगो ले ले the company renowned company there will be some dilemma in the mind of the customer that which one is Starbucks, which one is Starbucks. तो से Starbucks गोटे लेटर लिख लेता Starbucks जे हमर लोगोटा को चोरी करछो चेंज द लोगो. से माने ता खाली कलरटा चेंज कर देले and they started operation in 2018. Then what happened? The case was filed. Supreme Court कहला Supreme Court की कोर्ट एग्जैक्टली कहले से माने कहले कि तुम नाम चेंज करो. It is okay with that design, but you have to change the name from Sardar Baksh. They have to change the name to Sardar G Baksh Coffee Limited. So see, the motive of this act is to protect the logos, protect the trademarks, protect the copyright, everything. Because suppose I am a writer, I have written something and somebody is making the copy from my book. So I will be the sufferer. So this act, these acts, all acts which are coming under IPR is to protect the inventor or the creator. Again, I want to say something. In the previous seminar, what happened that people who were talking with the faculty colleagues that our people, our students are brilliant. They are having question in their mind, but they are not asking question. So don't be afraid of asking question. Feel open to ask question in the opening discussion session. Don't be afraid of that. So मैं कहो बढ़िया रखो, ये लोग कहो. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Now I would like to invite Center of Excellence, our resource person, Mr. Raghu Prasanna Behera, sir, Advocate, Government of India, Orissa High Court and Supreme Court of India, to deliver keynote on today's seminar. Please, sir.
Good afternoon. Sorry, good morning. We are still like 15 minutes before. So how are you all? Good. Can I just put it behind so that I can use this space? It looks beautiful, but for the timing, it's very important. So, how are you all? Good. Very good. Camera lens is good, but natural lens is better. You want to record it? Put it there. Why? Give you. Oh, you're doing live. So put it there. Move it with some stand. Right? Right. Keep it here. Utilize that. But yeah, in the place for it.
এই হাইটটা দরকার
It's a height of the. Okay. Keep it in the bag or something like that.
It's okay. I can manage. না height.
हाँ सीधे रखो ना।
खोल दे बेटा।
Cover खराब है लेकिन नॉन कवर। हाँ sit रखो। Yes. Now it looks like a spy camera inside. Yes.
इधर आएगा बोतल में तो अंदर
ना ना बेटा इट रखो नहीं। बस। हाँ बड़े देखा हो ना।
जॉना जो
ଏମିତି ରହିବ
एक
ନାଇଁ ହଁ ୟେସ୍ ହଁ ଠିକ୍ ଅଛି ବଢ଼ିଆ ଦେଖା
देखा
I follow that also. Okay. I have a good idea about cameras. Okay. Now forget camera. So there are few rules when I start the session, right? It's not a sir has already told that this has to be interactive, okay? And we are not technically lawyers or law students, so we are not going to talk anything technical, right? So don't take that burden, right? So there are few rules of my session. Is that fine? Are you going to obey that rules? Because when lawyers come, they start with rules, end with rules, okay? Now see how the rules are. First, any one of us is not able to speak properly or differently able. Anybody? No? Okay. So from now till the end of the session, no sign language. Is that fine? Some of you still using. Is that clear? Yes, sir. Good. No sign language. Fine? Yes, sir. Still some are using. No problem. Second, okay. Any specific language? Odia, English, Hindi, mix. Okay, mix. Body. Okay. Third, if you have got any important work outside, not inside. Inside, this is the only important work. Okay. So please finish, then come. Fine. Or in between you can go, no problem. Don't disturb others. Third, if you want to put question, if you want to say anything, you want to object, no, this is not correct, or you want to say, yeah, bore lag raha hai, band karo. No problem. Do it. I won't mind. Okay. Last, if you want to disturb, if you want to yourself and the hall, please do it. Let's see how you can. Let's see. सब बोलते ना क्लासरूम में मतलब अभी भी क्लासरूम जैसा बोलोगे तो क्या बात है, राइट? इफ यू वांट टू डिस्टर्ब, किसी को मैसेज करना है कर सकते हो, नो प्रॉब्लम, ठीक है? कॉलेज में होता है, हम भी आए हैं तो होता है, नो प्रॉब्लम, चलेगा, ठीक है? नो प्रॉब्लम. ओके.
तो वाइब्रेशन मोड में कर दो.
हाँ. Yes, I was coming there. If you are not putting in vibration mode, so what is the problem is that your ringtone might not be so good for others, right? So why to tell that I am so bad at setting the ringtone? It's a problem for you, not for us. We'll hear your ringtone and say that this is such a boring ringtone he has or he has. So don't disclose your taste of setting ringtone to others. Keep it to yourself. Correct? Okay, very good. Done. So this much rules we can accept? Yes. Very good. Thank you. Now, another aspect is, what are you expecting from this session? What is your expectation from this session? Sorry?
Something intellectual property.
Something intellectual property. Okay. Something, not more. Thank you. I don't have to speak more. Okay. Yes. No, sit down.
I want to gather as much as knowledge from you about intellectual property.
Okay. When you talk about intellectual property rights, so there is a very specific term I'll tell you, that when you are talking about specific subject, then you need to, or your expectation has to be very specific. I want to gather more. So today is a working day, so few calls will come. Sorry? Creativity. Then next. Come on. Imagination. Very good. Then 2-3 words more. Okay, creativity, imagination, innovation, everything is connected to one factor. What is that? Intellect. Intellect is also backed by one factor. What is that? Brain. Very good. Brain को यदि outing के streamline कर, what is that?
Mind.
Wonderful. Please have a huge round of applause. Mind. If your mind is not there, even if you have a brain, then no use. Okay. So now my question is, what is your mind? 8. Correct? Everybody agree? Any volunteer, please come. Come here. Any volunteer? Where is your mind? Now where is your mind? Where is your mind now? Now where is your mind? Now what is your mind? I am pinching him. Where is your mind now?
In that space.
Where? Sorry. Where is your mind? Where is your mind?
Here.
When I was pinching you, where was your mind?
There.
There, right? Okay, please sit down. I am thinking you now. I'll give you one more example. Please do not think about Narendra Modi. Please don't think. Whom are you thinking about? Whom are you thinking about? Narendra Modi, right? Okay. Shoes are not very comfortable, right? Where is your mind now? I did not say that to take your mind there. So mind is such a thing. Next question. Mind is inside your brain or brain is inside your mind? Mind is inside your brain. Okay? So your brain is inside your head? Correct? So mind is inside your head? Right? No? So mind is outside your head? No. He is saying his answer. Why are you influencing? So your mind is with him now. I am talking about mind. Don't come to heart. Now heart is a different story. I am not going there. Right? Some are blushing. Right? This is the time. Come on. This is the time. No problem. Yes. I am very happy. हाँ ठीक है. बंदा शर्मा रहा है. So where is your mind? Sorry? Mind is inside your brain or brain or your head is inside your mind? Sorry? Sorry? किसी को नहीं पता? बताओ तो सही. Mind is inside the head. So when I pinched him, head came to the shoulder. This is a question I left it for. It's a research, okay? And your teachers know it. Research is a continuous process, okay? You should leave some questions for, it should further discussions. So I'll start from there. Now, mind has a different attitude. Okay, now we don't have space, but I'll give an example. Okay, instruction. You have to follow that instruction, in your mind. Then you have to give your opinion on this. I always do that whenever I start a session. Okay. 2 minutes, just follow my instruction. I will not repeat. First, there are 4 volunteers. Any 2 volunteers, 2 girls, 2 boys. Please stand up. Please stand up. वहीं पे खड़े हो. अच्छा वहाँ पे खड़े हो. वहाँ पे खड़े हो. आप लोग वहीं पे खड़े हो. ठीक है? Now they will not do anything. Just imagine it. Because you don't have space. Okay. Now the instruction is these 2 girls will start at the end of the hall or end of the field like this. Okay. Not direction project. Like this. These two guys are instructed, there is a line, they'll have to run on a march, on a march, get set, go. And they have to run, give a high five and come back. Alright? आप लोगों का काम क्या है? Cheer करना है, ठीक है? That you will do. First what happened? I said on a march, get set, go. कोई एक आगे चला गया, मैं नहीं ऐसे नहीं होगा. एक साथ. फिर second round. Just follow this theory because ये practically हो रहा है, ऐसे सोचो, ठीक है? On a march, get set. Now दोनों भाग के गए. High five. Came back. What would be the result? Better. Result क्या? Better. What would आप लोग जब cheer कर रहे थे, result कुछ आया कि नहीं आया? Result क्या है? Sit down. What would be the result? सोचो, भाग के गए. कुछ तो result आएगा. What is the result? किसी ने पहले भागा होगा, किसी ने दूसरा. Okay. Or else anything else? Heartbeat बढ़ जाएगा. Okay. क्या हाई फाई नहीं करना था और कुछ नहीं करना. ठीक है. हाँ. So what will happen? कोई थक गया होगा, कोई right? Now see how the mind functions. The instruction was go, give a high five, come back. Now you are thinking किसी का हार्ट बीट बढ़ गया होगा, कोई फास्ट आया होगा. That was never the instruction. You can go easily and come back. I did not say that you have to come first. Why did you run? Everybody will run, would have run or not. अगर आप लोग समझ से दौड़ी था ना, कहीं दौड़ी था ना. Because this is what mind is. Mind is such an element which cannot be confined to any specific thing, and it goes more than light, speed of light, and it does wonders. So therefore, from mind there comes intellect. What is that intellect? When you structured your mind, that becomes intellect, right? When you structure the mind and it becomes an intellect, then it should have some product, correct? Have you seen magnet? Have you seen magnet? Okay. Have you seen the micro logical, क्या बोलते हैं उसको, elementary elements of magnet? Same, iron and magnet. Okay. The magnet has got a structured way of molecules or molecules, and in this, if the same structure of iron is not in an organized way of molecules, the molecules are distorted. Right? So the difference is when you are structured, your mind is structured, it is more productive, and whatever you do, that becomes your property of your mind. Am I clear? I'm trying to explain you what is, and I will come to the topic gradually. That become property of your mind. Okay? For example, what have you structured? For example, anything. Everybody has a mind. बहुत एग्जाम्पल्स है. गंदे से गंदा एग्जाम्पल है, अच्छे से अच्छा है. कुछ भी मन में कुछ भी होता है. हाँ? Anything your mind structures and you do it. Tell you to do that. Excellent. Then दांतों बैठेगी वो दांतों क्वेश्चन. Then you chew the stick. Then you make designs out of it. See, law is nothing than common sense. Your daily life, right? I have been teaching for almost last 11-12 years. When I was studying my graduation, I was teaching master students. This is because you need to understand from the basic day-to-day life. That's it. You chew the stick and then you make design out of it, right? Is that not a product of your mind? Right? Is that not? Correct? This is a very small thing. Now, why we will not say it as a property? Why we will not say it as a property? Because we throw it. That's why we have never given. So there must be some value, or then only we can claim something. We'll come. What is the property? What is the right? What is the intellectual? We'll come to that. Just entering into the topic. Correct. So whatever you do, productive or unproductive, doesn't matter. From the structured mind, is your intellectual. Correct. Now comes right. What is the right? Not left, right. What is the right?
To use the intellectual.
No, forget intellectual. What's the right? Sorry. Any right? Adhikar. What is that? What do you mean by right? जल्दी बोलो आप ही बोलो जरूर लेट टाइम आप ले जाए बोलो कुछ भी आता है नो प्रॉब्लम एनीथिंग दैट कम्स टू माइंड टेल मी यस व्हाट इज द राइट
No one.
आर यू द स्पोक्सपर्सन ऑफ द क्लास नो एनीवन एल्स दिस साइड व्हाट्स द राइट सॉरी टू वोट ओके टू वोट इज द राइट वेरी गुड एनीथिंग एल्स राइट सुबह सकाळू सकाळू दांत घोषाला परे मा खाइबा दे राइट तापर कोन ताको के दो मा आउ मा को दिए जीवन मा खाइबा देले ताले कोन हला चिल्ले बार ए खाइबा दे कॉलेज टाइम हो गेलानी राइट व्हाई डू यू साउट बिकॉज़ दैट इज योर राइट करेक्ट बदमाशी कले सेपटू छांचुणी चप्पल चट्टू बेतरे माँ की माँ हाथ में जहाँ थी सेटा पड़ो सो दैट इज हर राइट ओके एनीथिंग एल्स सी दिस इज व्हाट वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट टेलिंग यू ओके ग्रेजुअली दिस इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट फॉरगेट अबाउट राइट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट नाउ द इंपॉर्टेंट प्लीज माइंड आर यू गेटिंग व्हाट आई एम सेइंग आर यू गेटिंग व्हाट आई एम सेइंग क्लासरूम 10:30 is the class your right is it should start right. But the problem is, my dear friends, when there is a right, there is always another person to ensure that right. Correct? Achi. You are anybody in okay, I should not ask. So you are in relationship, right? 7 दिन 10 दिन हो गए मिलना नहीं हुआ है. I have a right to meet, right? झगड़ा हो जाता है फिर. If the other person is not there, you are not in relationship. What kind of bloody right you have? Nothing. Correct? Right? दुखी मत हो भाई. Right? So when you talk about right, there is a corresponding person to oblige, some obligation to. There is nobody to oblige. No right. Correct? So now combine all this thing: intellect, property, and right. What is the common answer comes? What is prepared in your structured brain or mind for some productivity, for some good, for some useful product or purpose, and somebody else is there to ensure, to oblige that this is being protected. Then it comes up, which is known as intellectual property rights. Simple. Correct? Example क्या हो सकता है? I make a small note of this. What is the problem with me is I go on saying and it takes a lot of time. So I just make pointers so that I don't go इधर उधर नहीं होता है. बहुत एक लाइन में चलता है फिर चलता है. Point topic पे नहीं आ पाता है. Right? Yes. So क्या right हो गया फिर? What is intellectual property rights? Structured mind में whatever you do for the benefits, for the productivity in a productive way, that is right. Okay. Now थोड़ा और analysis करते हैं. So when you talk about right, the next is when you talk about it is my property. It is my property. There are two types of property. It's better not to write. I give a material on this. You can circulate. Okay. Madam, I give a material. I'll give the material. Okay, don't worry. So let's have interaction. That's better, right? मूवी जाते हो, चलो ठीक, अब ये पॉइंट में थोड़ा बात करते हैं. 5 minutes I'll take, then I'll come to the topic. Again, mind. See, it's very important to understand the subject. नहीं तो सारे, see what happens. Sir, please don't mind. Nowadays, teachers' importance has gone down. Why? During old age, we used to go to Gurukul, Shruti, Smriti, right? Vedas, they used to speak, we used to remember. Then क्या आया? पोथी आ गया. We can refer something. Then क्या हो गया? Structured schools बन गया. फिर किताबें आ गई, notes, key notes. Now YouTube, correct? So what else extra we can deliver? There is every possibility that you guys know much more than us. Sir, हो सकता है? So the very moment I stand before you and say that I am the master, do this. ये चलना यार बहुत देखें. मन में आया? बहुत देखें. गूगल में तुमसे अच्छा पढ़ा. तुम कहाँ से आते? मन में आता है कि नहीं आता? Be honest. इनको मत देखो, मुझे देखो. Of course, you have to be there in the college. Otherwise, वो certificate नहीं मिलेगा, internal mark नहीं मिलेगा. But what else you can do? That is your intellect and the intellectual property of your teachers when you interact, looking at each other, right? That is important. Okay. Now you go to school, you go to movie for 3 hours movie, and you don't take notes. लेते हो? कोई लेके जाते हो? आप ज़्यादा लेते? नहीं जाते? सब याद रहते हैं? उस सीन में वो हीरोइन ने ये पहने की, अरे वो नेल पॉलिश और लिपस्टिक का रंग भी याद रखते हो. यस, गर्ल्स ने बॉयज भी याद रखते हैं. करेक्ट. बट 45 मिनट्स के क्लासरूम में नोट्स भी लिखते हो, प्रेजेंटेशन भी होता है, फिर भी याद नहीं रहता है. क्यों भाई? उसका 2 रीजन है. Okay, with the permission of your teachers, I'll just explain that. Okay, we'll touch this core subject. By way of this, we are entering. Now, next question. Every human being or every animal under the sun, the earth, has got some memory organ, right? किसी के घर में पेट है, कुत्ता, बिल्ली. कुत्ता है किसी का, कुकुर, ना कौन? कुकुर, हाँ. Lucifer. Okay. Lucifer. Oh, English na. So suppose your friend goes to your residence. How the Lucifer? You introduced your friend to Lucifer. So Lucifer came the next time. Boले came the man rokhiyo. Came the recognize karo.
He remembered his smell.
Smell. Correct. Right. You are bola kamudi. No. Smell.
Used to see, not he.
See.
Lucifer is
He. क्यों confuse कर रहे हो भाई? Okay, it's not. Whatever. So she or he remembers by smelling. Right? Now you remember a person. Now I will meet you after 7 days or 10 days in Ketrapada. By smelling? Huh? By name? Okay. You will remember my friends how? Then you don't know their names. By face? Okay. By seeing. Correct? How I'll tell you. Dogs have a memory organ that is smell. Correct? We have a memory organ that is eye. How? हर किसी के साथ ऐसा हुआ होगा. सर आपण declare लगे जो नाटक हम करें. Right? Correct? What's your name? Sandhya. You are Sandhya, but your face is not looking like Sandhya. Imagine. No, because we remember, we have heard the name but seen the person. Correct? More example. What is the height of Everest? 6,800. Forget. Kilometer or meter? Meter. Okay. Anything else? Any? 8,000 848 मीटर। ओके, सब पढ़े हो, करेक्ट, किसी को याद नहीं है। देयर इज अ मूवी कॉल्ड, नेम मुझे आप लोग बता देना, उसमें एक घोड़ा था, हेमा मालिनी जी थे, अमिताभ बच्चन था,
गद्दार।
धर्मेंद्र थे, Sole. I'm in doubt your parents would have gone by that time. Still you remember. Why? Because you have seen that. So convert the two-dimensional information into three-dimensional information, you will remember it. Convert the two-dimensional information into three-dimensional picture, you will remember it. For example, Mahatma Gandhi became the president of Indian National Congress in the year dash. किसी को याद नहीं ना, मैं बताता हूं, अब याद आएगा। जस्ट इसे टू डायमेंशनल पिक्चर हो गया, तो थ्री डायमेंशनल कितनी करेगा? 2 19 सबको याद होगा। 21 इज द कंफ्यूजिंग पॉइंट, 2 इज द माइक्रोफोन, इसको 2 कर बना सकते हैं, मोदी की 2 करी हुई, जस्ट इमेजिन, एंड 1 इज द 30। नाउ आफ्टर बिकमिंग प्रेसिडेंट ही इज गिविंग स्पीच, जस्ट रिमेंबर इट लाइक दैट, 1921, you will never forget. So why did I say this? This is an intellectual property of yours to create something to remember. This becomes productive. Correct? Forget laws. Forget about patent, trademark, designs. This is your intellectual property for your benefit. Right? Another example. Another example. हर किसी के जिंदगी में कोई हिटलर होगा। हिटलर बिलोंग्स टू विच कंट्री? जिसको पता है हाथ ऊपर करो, जिसको नहीं पता है दोनों हाथों ऊपर करो। जर्मनी इज करेक्ट। नो कितने लोग बोल रहे हैं? अच्छा, पता नहीं है। जिन लोगों को पता नहीं है, मुझे पता नहीं था, आई टेल यू हाउ टू रिमेंबर। हर किसी के लाइफ में कोई हिटलर होगा। फादर हो सकते हैं, मदर हो सकते हैं, ब्रदर हो सकते हैं, नेबर हो सकते हैं, रिलेटिव्स हो सकते हैं, बॉयफ्रेंड्स, ब्रदर, फादर, गर्लफ्रेंड्स, ब्रदर 100% होते हैं, राइट? सो थिंक ऑफ दैट पर्सन व्हेन यू आर रीडिंग, फील हिज many germs, many germs, many germs. Germany, just imagine, Hitler belongs to Germany, correct? Many germs, Germany. So like that, in every moment, you can create something in your mind, and that becomes a intellectual property, correct? You put it in writing for the benefit of the society, that becomes copyright. That becomes copyright because you make a copy that can be further copied, utilized for the benefit of the society, and you register it. That becomes copyright. Simple. Forget judgments, judges, lawyers, not required. We don't have to come and teach you. You are the best person. Now you think something and design that, make an innovative product through a particular technology, proof that is benefits for the that is going to be benefited for the society, that becomes your patent. That technology becomes patented. Correct? Because that is the technology. That is the idea that you have propounded and created something. That process is patented. Is that clear? Now third, you want to sell it. That means you want to trade. Right? I should not talk about trade in front of commerce students. They know much better than me. So you want to trade. How will you trade? You have to give a brand name, right? Your brand name, you got a good name, right? And that name, Kendrapada, whatever that brand has started, somebody else will start it in Cuttack, in Kolkata. Your brand name might be misutilized, right? So you have to register that. That becomes trademark. That becomes a trademark because you are registering that mark for your trade. That becomes trademark, right? I'll come to that. So what is the, why did I interrupt? I started with you. What's your name? Sit, बैठो, आपका नाम? Tejaswini. Tejaswini was writing. I said, don't write. Don't write. Listen to me. So how you remember? By interaction, by putting two-dimensional information into three-dimensional pictures, so that you will remember. And if you make it public for the benefits of the mass or the society, there are three ways when you can have the intellectual property right for yourself. Right? So my point is, from every action, you can connect it to the subject we are discussing today is intellectual property rights. I had not thought of saying this, but came out. Because we are in a structured way of discussion, we are thinking how to understand this subject. Correct? Fine? You liked it? Why not clapping? पहले ही मारियो ना प्रति 5 मिनट no problem. Okay, now I'll give another example. Now you have to understand the basics. बाकी acts तो कोई भी Google पे पढ़ दो. And this what I am saying, these are my intellectual property, right? So I need to explain it. अच्छा, you know, the sir was talking about this act, that act, trademark act, patent act. Okay, I'll come to that. Otherwise, they said, "Kaun asi college, patta college, then talking college." Right? The point is how to understand technical things in a very normal way. That is important. That is my opinion. Have you heard Purna Salo Begum ka bhajano? Huh? Kavita? Kar Manoj? Gaya mein koi samay nahi. You see very important thing that in that poetry the authors used to write their name inside. Kahe Salo Bego hino jakire jogono. Why he says that? Right? Then in many poetries, I don't remember. कबीर का दोहा में भी देखो, साईं ईटा दीजिए जामे कुलम समाए में भी भूखा ना रहो साधु ना भूखा जाए. Right? Why do you say? Because at that point of time the literary work used to be sponsored by the kings. Correct? Lekhivar achi, loko poshivar achi, koti kantra lekhivar achi used to be sponsored by the king. Even if the king is not sponsoring, somebody is writing good, the king or the Mahajanas will call them, will take all the credit, will pay some money to him. But what will happen? His intellectual property is being stolen from him. Correct? आजकल भी हो रहा है, होता ही नहीं होता. I'll ask Sandhya, let's work together and please prepare some notes for me. And sir, ठीक है, no problem, मुझे कॉल. I did writing and I published it in some journal by my name. होता है? But if Sandhya technically will incorporate her name in some, points or some tricky way, even if my name goes, people will understand that it is written by. Correct? Are you getting my point? Whatever I am talking about, the examples I am giving, if I put it, I will give it somewhere, keep it somewhere, nothing will happen. If I make it publicized, then somebody is copying, people will know plagiarism has come now, right? So my intention of saying this is, this infringement of intellectual property rights is not a new concept. It's a very old concept. Acts came later, but the concept is very old. That is why whenever our great poets used to write, they used to put their name inside in such a way that those bogus kings will not used to understand. They used to say that हमने करवाया, फिर लोगों को पता चला किसने करवाया. Right? That is why you need to be more intelligent to protect your intellectual property rights. Got it? Yes, sir. Is that fine? Now you see in Bhagavad Gita. Somehow that I connect everything into Bhagavad Gita. You see in Bhagavad Gita, in almost every line, yes, what's your name? Yours. हाँ, बैठ के बोलो. प्रभात. Okay. Sorry? See, I am very, possessive about my section. मेरे से नजर हटता है तो मैं पूछता हूँ. ठीक है? किसी के पूछे. So, in Bhagavad Gita, in every line, you say the in the conversation, Lord Sri Krishna addresses, "Hey Partha, hey Dhanurdhara, hey Kunteya." Kunteya means Kuntiputra, right? Correct? Few. That would be known as not conversation of me and Prabhat. Conversation of two different persons. So now what I am trying to tell you, whatever intellectual work you are going to do, please be careful how to protect your right by putting your signature. Signature means not that short signature. Signature or your style. Right? Now you see there is something called, there is a very good poet, very famous poet, Abhimanyu Samanta Singhara. Right? And they have a different style of writing. They start with each word same letter. That is his signature style. So if you protect that, even if it is not registered, that becomes your intellectual property rights. It is not mentioned anywhere in the act. Are you getting my point? समझ लो क्या कर रहे हैं? हाँ? थोड़ा difficult हो रहा है. अब थोड़ा subject पे जा रहे हैं, थोड़ा difficult होगा, no problem. So even if it is not registered, even if you are not proving that this is for benefit, but you have a signature, a particular type of writing, right? Then also it becomes your intellectual property rights, which will be recognized. Right? Okay. Not bad, not very bad. But you have not applied your intellect. You would have applied your intellect and put some good director that is a director. Okay. Now I directly come to. Okay. By what time you should complete? 1 or 12:45? So that I can.
By 12:45 or 50.
Okay.
Then we have total discussion.
All right. Okay. Okay. Now I come to the core thing, that what is intellectual property rights and how it was there earlier, how it is now, how in an individual capacity you can see, how you can recognize the intellectual property, right? That is very important. We are talking about women right, we are talking about child right, but we don't know how that child right came. What is that right? How do you know that right? So this is why this 15-20 minutes I took to explain that how you recognize your intellectual right, property right, not just your right, other rights also. Okay. Now then, what are the types of intellectual property? What are the types? First I said one is patent. Second is copyright. Third is trademark. Fourth is geographical indications. Geographical indication. We'll talk about it. Geographical indication. Next is industrial designs. Okay. Now, what could be? We'll start from trademark. Okay. Industrial design. Now, what could be a design? What could be a design? Have you seen McDonald's? Anybody? अच्छी केंद्र पर पाके रखो नहीं वो डिजाइन नहीं कोड नहीं भुवनेश्वर में कुछ बॉन्ड है अच्छा have you seen Pepsi? Okay, now in the Pepsi there is a mark, a ball, cricket ball. Okay, sorry, which ball? Deuce ball. I don't know what ball is, and there is a particular design. Correct? Now next is, you see, if you mark, anybody has any product with you? Any product? कुछ भी pen, कोई कुछ भी लगा, any design. Pen, तो लिखा है Yes. Can you see that? I'll show it to you. No. Okay. I'll show you. Just sorry. इधर लिखा है Sorry? No, this is probably not registered or from the company. Okay, forget. You can check it. There are two things. In that mark, in the top right corner, either it is mentioned TM with a circle or it is mentioned R. What is the difference? What is the difference? Yes.
Trademark and next is registered.
Correct. Very good. Please have a huge round of applause. Now what is different? I'll come to each one of them. When it is TM, that design as a trademark is being in the process of registration. And how do you register it? How do you register it? You file an application before the registrar of trademark. Correct? There is a regional office under the Trademarks Act. There is a regional office. Where is the regional office? At Calcutta. You can go to the official website, put your trademark mark. Okay. Then, if it is accepted, I'll come to the process. If it is accepted, you would be given a TM. You can use TM. That is in the process of registration. Correct? Now, how it will be accepted? There are 5-6 conditions. First, it has to be unique. Unique means different. No other such right. Second is it should not have conflict with any other design or mark. Correct? Third is it should not be deceptively designed. What is a deceptively designed? What is a deceptively designed? I'll give an example. Have you recently I'm doing a case of trademark where it's live, so I cannot take the name. You can pause it because it's a process of going. Sir, pause करिए. And live we cannot take the names or mark. Then those cases are to be challenged for the court. When it is, you see many things, many such. You'll see lot of. Now there are so many examples, but in public forum we cannot actually say it, and especially as a central government council I cannot. You can see many. You see any company. There is a famous case of Coca-Cola and Pepsi that we can discuss. The same design in the art. The ball was coming in a rotating form and getting fixed at a particular line. Okay. Then the Coca-Cola also did the same. There was a fight between them. That PepsiCo and the Coca-Cola company was in conflict that you are designing your trademark in a deceptive manner. Right. Now it is a homework for you. Whenever you go to the market, see how many designs you look like you see as if deceptively designed. You will get many. Their infringement of trademark comes. Correct? Are any questions? You must have seen like there is a pen called Renault. And Renault was copied by some local company. Number one, you need to apply for the registration before the registrar of trademark online, or you can file offline. Now that they have made it online, and your trademark has to be unique, not opposing or against or similar, deceptively similar with any other person mark. There should not be any objection. Then first point, you will be given a mark called TM. You can use TM. Once the objection period is over, why objection is called for? In the website, they publish a notice that this is the trademark is under registration. Anybody has any objection can put an exam. Okay. There is something called, I was doing a case of canitizer. Canon canitizer. Canon, you know? Camera? Okay. My client started with a business of microwaves and What is that called in that chula? Induction. Induction. Microwave and induction. So he utilized the word Canon canitizer. What is the word? Canon canitizer. Canitizer is a different name. Canon is a different name, but he wrote Canon in the same manner as that of that company. And logo was a different. Okay. His associate, who was a party to the company, was a director of the company, also started another company in the name of Canitizer only. Okay, and the three different. So Canitizer, Canon Canitizer, another is Canon. Three companies now in conflict. Okay, so products are the same. Now, for example, Canon is producing camera, correct? They are producing induction and this microwaves. There is no link. There is no link in the same subject. But the designs are so deceptive that the other company's name might get defamed. Are you getting my point? So there is a case. Now, where can you find a case? That is very important, right? They need to know where they can find. Right? There are two options. Whenever you see something. Whenever you see something, tomorrow you, as a commerce student, you might join a company after doing your further studies. There you get such questions. There are two options. One, first, always make a complaint before the registrar of trademark. In such case, you need to file a complaint before the registrar of trademark. Second, you can directly file a case before the local magistrate under the criminal law. Correct? Third, you can request the magistrate to forward the complaint to the magistrate. Sorry, you can request the registrar to forward the complaint to the magistrate. Are you getting my point? First, you should always make a complaint before the registrar. You can Google it, find it, the address. Second, you yourself can file a complaint before the magistrate, or you can request the registrar to forward it to the. Correct? And then what will happen? Then you have to prove these conditions that I said. First is unique. Second is non-objectionable. Third is there is no deceptively similar design. It is completely different. Fourth is the subject matter. Correct? This is called trademark. Now come to patent. What is a patent? I told you, if the process, technology, innovation, right? Tomorrow, what's your name? What's your name? Sorry? Abhijit. What is your area of interest? Hobby gone. Cricket. Okay. Anything else other than cricket? Calculation. Okay, sit down. So he prepared a calculator, not that electronic calculator. For example, he prepared a calculator without utilizing any electric battery, manual calculator, right? Some design. That design, that process of designing can be registered as a patent, right? That process, that technology. What are the conditions? First is novelty. What is novelty? What is novelty? Okay. What else? Novelty means it should have noble cause. It should be it should have utility for the society. Is that clear? Second is unique. Third, it is your own technology which has not been borrowed somewhere. Correct? How do you prove it? How do you prove it? Same process. You have to file an application before the registrar. They will ask you to prove the technology that it has not been copied from anywhere. Am I clear? And that will take a lot of time. You need to prove the registrar that this has got novelty for the noble cause, for the benefit of the public, and it has been for the first time designed by the, and this is the process. Correct? These conditions are not fulfilled, you will not get it. Trademark and process is same. I am not going to the statutory problem. The question comes and
tell you that the process is the same, registration process and the objection process. Now, next is copyright. More prominent. Copyright issues are more prominent. What is copyright? Your literary work, your music, your design and art. If it is being copied, then you have a right to copyright. Now I will put a question. Now I have written an article or a book and kept it in my house. Can that be copyrighted? Why? It's not for the public. It has not been copied for the public. It has not been published anywhere. Correct? The first point is it has to be published. It has to be published and made. Copies are being formed for the benefit of the society. Correct? Is that clear? Second is it should be your own brainchild. Same. It's all same. Nothing, no difference. Then you have to make an application. For example, we have designed various courses of very many universities. Like IIT Kharagpur, I have designed few courses. Our guide, Dr. Richa Chopra, she has designed. So the course of studies can also be copyrighted if it is unique across nowhere, anywhere. Such a course is there. Right? We have recently copyrighted human development and psychology, Vedic and modern perspective. Teachings from various angles, from commerce, from chemistry, from science, from medical science, from astrology, from Ayurveda, from music, dance, how a human is developed. Such a course was never designed anywhere. So we made it copyrighted because this copyright, now copyright, there are two things. Who will be the owner of the copyright? Now this is very important. Now you are in academics, you should know it. Now the person who has written it is the owner of the copyright. Now I'll give an example. Let's say, sir, as the professor of your department, while in the job, while working in the college, institution, has made some literary work utilizing the infrastructure of the college. Then the college takes it to the registrar of copyright for registration. Who would be the owner of the copyright? That is the major question now. Everybody is confused on. Who will be the owner of the copyright?
There is a case regarding this also.
Yes. We are doing a lot of cases on such issues. Who will be the copyright? You tell us. College or sir? Sir has done it. अरे कुछ लोग सोच रहे हैं अभी सर बोल देते हैं हमारे टीचर है. No, what your mind says. 50% college, 50% okay. Then next. अरे yes, there is a concept called co-owner or joint ownership or co-author, right? You must have seen in the articles you write co-author, right? There is a concept. So the issue is that if you are utilizing the infrastructure of an institution while in the service, then the institution will become the co-owner of that copyright. Correct. There are a lot of issues going on across the country, especially after UGC 2013 rule came. So, because most of the professors that will research and publishing study materials while in the service. So, the institution is taking away, not 50%, maybe as a co-owner, right? But anyways, the author always remains the person who has done it. Correct? Now, very important, interesting thing is geographical index. What is the famous food in Indramadan? Is it? Okay. So when you say Rasabadi, which area is in your mind? I'll say Modi Manso. I'll say Davarada. Okay? I'll say Chennai Chilli. No. Right? Chennapura, Nagar, right? So likewise, if from a particular product, ये तो खाने के बारे में हो गया, a particular product, पट्टचित्र, पट्टचित्र, रघुराज, please have you example, रघुराज पूरी, right, खजा, पूरी, right, not just, so when you talk about any product, food item, any intellectual property or anything which has got commercial value, and when you say that, a particular geographical area automatically comes. That is the first ingredient to have a geographical indication for that product. Correct? Correct. Now, अपना area में that's a process. That's a long process. You need to show that this is being originated from this. This has been done for a long period. What is a long period means? More than 5 decades, 10 decades. Correct? And it is unique in so far as that particular. So क्या होता है मैं बताता हूँ. In some places, it's in a lighter note. In some places क्या होता है? You go for having diabetes, they put cucumber into it. We don't like it because that's not how it is. It should be, right? So you can differentiate. This is from that original place. Rasgulla from Salekpur, right? So that is geographical index. That is also an intellectual property. Now I'll pause here. I'll give you some food for thought. What is the food for thought? The food for thought is, you will see in let's say various tribal areas, they do a lot of, what do you call that? Tribal work, painting, then art, then they weave. The other day, maybe few months before, I was sitting with the Union Minister for Tribal from Odisha. I suggested him that, sir, why don't you have an amalgamation to have patent for those techniques, so that they will have commercial value. Now I'll come to, you are a commerce student, so I'll come to that commercial value before I conclude. Right? So they will get money if they are copyright. But what has happened now, in Pattachitra you will see the actual painters, they paint it to their brush. But now what is happening? Some persons are just printing it in the exact manner and laminating it. So you are not able to understand whether this has been painted or just printed. That is how our art is being misutilized and the actual artists are suffering. They are not getting the legitimate right. So therefore, protection of intellectual property rights is not just for an individual, for a mass, for an art, for a culture is required. And therefore, probably your organization, you are not law students, you are not going to fight cases. Still, it is very important for having the awareness so that you can protect. Till you go to a mela, you see, you can differentiate that something has been actually printed or painted. If it is painted, well and good. If it is printed, it is your duty to bring it to the knowledge of the concerned authority that they are influencing the original work, original intellectual property of these concerned artists. Right? There you can say that this art is an intellectual property of the artist of that particular area. If you have geographical index. Correct? So that is what, see, I'll say, there is something, Khorda Gamcha. Have you heard about it? They prepare a particular kind of Gamcha. Khorda. Sambalpuri sari. The Banarasi sari. Right? They have that art. But somebody will prepare a machine and sell it to you with a higher price taking the name of that particular area, if you are not aware about the geographical index and intellectual property rights of those artists, then it makes no sense. So that is the intention of creating awareness among the students to have an idea about what is a patent, what is a trademark, what is a geographical index, what is a copyright, so that you may not fight cases, you may not cite judgments, you may not go to court, but you can make people aware that here your rights are being infringed. Is that clear? Are you going to do it? From? No, those are not saying it, they will not do it. They have some doubt. We'll clarify that. Okay. So next, this is geographical interest, copyright. Okay. Few other points I just touch and then we can conclude. We can. Yes. So while concluding that, I think, sir, we should not go into the details of the statute. It will take a lot of time, but any doubt we can address. Okay, because so I'll just mention about the statutes we have. For different, we talk about trademark, we talk about patent. If you see trademark, there is a statute called Trademark Act 1999. Then for patent, we have Patent Act 1970. Copyright Act 1957, then Geographical Indication of Goods, Registration and Protection of Act of 1990. Okay. Then another point is where we talk about intellectual property is very important. That is Information Technology Act. But generally, in most of the cases, IT, information technology, is not taken into the fold of IPR. But whenever I discuss, I say it. It was very important. Why I am telling. So, suppose, what's your name? Swarnam. You have a phone? Yes. So, I will take this phone. Okay.
It's your time.
ଅସୁବିଧା ଚାଲିଛି ଅବସ୍ଥା କହୁଛନ୍ତି ଭଲ ଅଛି ବଢ଼ିଆ ଅଛି ମୁଁ ଏখানে ମୋବାଇଲ ପଡ଼େ ବସ ବସ ମିଳେ
So where will they? कहाँ पे थे हम लोग? Phone. ठीक है. So she's my friend. I took her phone without informing her. Is it an offense? What is the offense? Sorry? What is the offense? Sorry? Stealing, chori, correct? You will be prosecuted under the criminal law. You will go to the police, give us that my phone is being lost, so you will, chase and do the investigation. But if you see Information Technology Act, if you see Information Technology Act, I can also be punished under the Information Technology Act. You see Section 3 of the IT Act. Because that device contains a lot of informations. It's an electronic device, a lot of, I may misutilize, right? Likewise, that device might have some technology, some, nodes, some intellectual property of that person, which might get misutilized, right? So therefore, whenever you file an FIR, you see somebody is clicking a photograph and uploading it, right? If you are not giving your consent, there is an offense, correct? Suppose I am delivering something new, whatever I discussed, okay? Now, I discussed with you some of my ideas which are not mentioned in the statute to make you aware about the intellectual property right. You put it in an article, you published it. You can do it, no problem. But suppose it is quoted from or copied from a book which I have published, and that material is available in that phone. Your phone is stolen. Only theft or 379 IPC will not help. ITR, then subsequently infringement of the copyright. Are you getting my point? I meant to say a simple act which we see in a naked eye as a theft can go up to infringement of your intellectual property. Correct? So that is what we need to be more aware of. That is where we need to be more vigilant. That is where we need to be more careful and make others aware. Is that clear? Now we take questions.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Now the house is open for the open house discussion. If you have any questions, then you can ask the sir.
First of all, I would like to thank you for coming and giving your precious time to ourselves. I am Mr. Malika, become first. The next question is, as you know, China is the almost copy all things from the many companies. China is copying many things from many companies. But no one can do anything against China. She's copying this.
Okay. Now the answer to is, am I audible?
Yes.
Making general complaint will not help. Correct. First one. That is called omnibus allegation. I think am I audible? Yes. Even if it is not there, it is allowed. Okay. So, making general complaint will not help us. That is in criminal law, that is called omnibus. Making general complaint will not help. Now you are saying China is copying everywhere. My answer to it is, you find out a specific product which is being copied by a company in China. Second, the technology which they are copying, as per your allegation, is being objected by that company, originally who has the right. Then only they take action first. Otherwise, you know it, you think that this is being copied. That is not legally enforceable right. Now I will make a statement that बहुत लोग असले बहुत बड़े हैं, बहुत लोग असले but Manoj Kumar. Let's say Mr. Hari. Okay, Hari works with you, Hari is what matter. And let's say X. Mr. X. Mr. X को बहुत लोग को केंद्रापड़ा ऑटोनोमस कॉलेज सामने बाड़ों का समय में देखी ଆଉ ତାଙ୍କୁ ବହୁତ କଷ୍ଟ ହଉଥିଲା ଆଉ ତାଙ୍କୁ ସେୟା ଦେଖିକି ମୁଁ ପୋଲିସରେ ଏଫଆଇଆର ଦେଲି କଣ ଲାଗ it's called omnibus allegation. You have to make specific allegation and these conditions, copying conditions, either they are copying without the consent, right, or they are copying the technology which is not the exact technology which has been registered, or they are doing something which has been objected by the company, right. Then only you can enforce, otherwise you cannot. Second, sometimes they give a disclaimer that this is a copy of sort. First copy, second copy, they are giving disclosure. That's why their prices are less. There you cannot do anything. Third is, it is my personal knowledge, most of the companies, they procure their raw materials and their units from China because there they have a lot of manpower. The labor charges are lesser. So they procure that, they amalgamate, they assemble it. Okay, if you see most of the products they have mentioned made in China. Right, why? Cheap labor and then easy to assemble. We think that they are being copied, but actually they are not. Number 4, I have some of my known persons in China. The same product is prepared in 4 forms. Same product. I'll tell you. If this is the product, exact same product, this is, let's say in Indian market it is 100 rupees. Okay. In China you get 90 rupees. Same product. 30 rupees. Same product. 20 rupees. Difference is that looks same, but the quality is not the same. And they mention it. I am not supporting China. I don't support. But I am telling the fact ground level reality. What we do, maybe Indians or others, we get the list price product and sell it at 30 rupees, 20 rupees. Okay, we get 10 rupees product and sell it at 30 rupees, saying that this actual price is 100, they are getting 20. That's why the product flops, and in the mind there is an idea that China products are bad. Okay, because there is an ODI guy who is in the production and is doing a lot of business there. Is known to me. So there is some information gap for which we are not being able to take actions. Right? Yes, of course there are some products which are being copied, but they are copying something which probably the other company is not challenging, not questioning. Okay. Now last answer to it is a lot of issues are also there. There are international treaties, right, in which if there is an infringement by the countries with some product of a particular country, then also the regulatory mechanism you can question that those companies will be banned from selling those product outside there, and they will become compensated. For example, there was an issue of yoga accreditation. Okay, yoga, IPR of yoga. Yoga is from India or from outside. The issue is still going on in UN. Okay, one of our, I'm working with Professor Vijay Chopra. She is the ambassador for yoga accreditation in UN for India. United Nations for India. Right. So the issues has to be raised. If you are not raising the issue, then otherwise USA would have said that yoga is ours. Yoga has started in USA, in Europe. We raised that issue. That's why the team has been sent to UN from India to prove that the origin is here. We have been doing it for a longer period without any interruption, and the techniques have been originated from our country, and this is for the public. Novelty is there, uniqueness is there, and the trainers are here. Techniques which we can teach, so with logical things are not available in any other teachers from the other countries. If you prove it, then it is yours. So that is going on. So unless and until there is objection, unless and until there is resistance, nothing going on.
Basically, sir, the company,
Yes.
company must
Yes.
have to
Yes. The other thing, they don't have any problem in buying. You and me cannot. Sometimes there are some bitter truth you have to accept.
Sir, I have one. Sir, as we know, the rich person dominating the law in India. This is a bitter truth person. The rich person who have money. In not many cases, but in most cases, the money can dominate the law.
No. Why from you get this knowledge? Why from you get this knowledge? From where? Saying evidence. Hearsay evidence is not no evidence. I don't believe it. I give hundreds of examples where money has failed. Okay, but what is the question? No, what is the question?
Can money dominate the law?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. There are n number of examples. N number of examples. See, first answer to it that if you don't have money, there is a proper organization called Legal Service Authorities. Each district they have legal service authority. In Kendrapada, if you have any problem with this issue is there, one of my friend, very close friend is the Secretary of Legal Service Authority. She is a judicial officer. I have called her, she is not here. She is in Bhubaneswar. In Kendrapada, Legal Service Authority, head of the Legal Service Authority is my friend. Okay. You can meet her, she will tell you how they are helping the poor people. Not just in education, not just in law, in every field. And government is providing a lot of fund for that. Okay. Today I was talking to your HOD. I had a matter in Supreme Court where I am opposing a petition. The petitioner is a very poor person. He cannot come to Cuttack for filing a case, but his case has been filed in Supreme Court. Right? His case has been filed in Supreme Court. How? Because of the Legal Service Authorities Act. He has just a simple letter to the Legal Service Authority, they have taken up. Right? So that scenario is not there. Okay. Now, other than that, there is something called pro bono concept. There are lawyers, those who do a lot of pro bono cases. In our office, we do a lot of pro bono cases. Pro bono means for the public without charging any fees. Okay. And that was there since long, but now those pro bono cases are being recognized. How? You want to become a senior advocate, you want to become a judge. While assessment of your profile, it is also being scrutinized. How many pro bono cases you are doing? So suppose you are doing some free cases for some poor persons. That effort is going to be reciprocated otherwise. Right, that seal is gone. Nothing like that. You please keep that thought from out of your
He is having around 8 or 9 questions. So let others ask questions. Later on you can ask questions. If anyone else has questions, please ask. So the brother chatta pasha questions. You will be asking.
Sir, what is the process to put a case in consumer court? So what is the process?
To put a case in consumer? Yes. Okay. There are 3 layers of 3 stages of consumer courts. Okay. One is district level. That is called District Consumer Dispute Redressal Commission. What? One district support. Consumer dispute redressal. So district level हो गया. District consumer dispute. There is a dispute redressal. Your dispute is going to be redressed. Commission in each district you have. Okay. Now next is state, then national. So for a consumer dispute to be admitted in a district forum, district commission, simply write a complaint. 3 things have to be done. First, what is your cause of action? Why are you going to challenge? What is your right which has been infringement? Second, you provide the document or the product which is faulty. Okay. Third, what is your prayer? What do you want? Write these 3 points actually in a clean paper, file it, they will accept it. Okay. I'll give an example. First cases where we done a lot of awareness program in consumer law. Kimti case bhi pare. Have you seen a matchbox? Yes. Matchbox. You will use करते चुली लग गया, दुपो कटी लग गया, right? Some smile. Okay. So matchbox से कितना stick है? गोटे box से कितना stick है? Case on you know there is a case on this. 50 है ना 100 है 100 है बहुत चाहिए in some boxes it is 100 most it is 50 per box it is 50 if you will count 50 will count that is infringement of your right. Sri Kedarnath Jena, who is known as the father of consumer movement in Odisha, started with this case कि आज्ञा मुझे 50 पैसे की टॉकेट 50 पैसे से तोड़ दिला दोनशे 50 स्टेटमेंट that is 45 charge only 5 पैसा वाला खड़ा पड़ा then there is a direction that each matchbox has to have at least 50 sticks or more than that, even less than that, one stick is the compensation will be given. That depends on the situation. Compensation depends. Okay, thank you sir.
तो मैक्सिमम इंडियन कंपनीज निज कंपनी को सिंगापुर में कहीं रजिस्टर करछन
सिंगापुर बुले बोला तो no then again you have to specific technical sit down. Maximum Indian companies are registering in Singapore, maybe because of maybe because of financial or the investor sentiment. Most of the Singapore companies are because of the investors are there. Because I know one or two persons from Qatar, Madam Duar Patel. So they have registered in Singapore because the investors are there. Right.
ଆଉ ଗୋଟେ ବି ଅଛି ଲ ତାଙ୍କ ଟିକେ କୋହଳ ଥିବ ଯୋଉଟା ଆମର ଟିକେ ଷ୍ଟ୍ରିକ୍ଟ ଥିବ ସେ
See, if you are investing, even if the law is stricter here, you will invest here only. Correct. See, that's the point. I don't think law that would be coded was it by. It's not like don't we all are everybody is 18 above. It's not that. It's not like people visiting Bangkok. Not like that.
So can you give one more example of IT Act and how to use it in IT Act?
Information technology to be utilized in
One example.
intellectual property. Okay. Sit down. You have a computer? You have a computer? Laptop? Okay. Will you like to invite me to your room for while you study? Okay. She has invited me for a cup of coffee to do some research work, and he went for the coffee. Your computer is open. I saw your very nice article is being written. I just copied it, send it to my email. Okay, and publish that article next day morning. Right? Now this is an offense under IT Act. Without your permission? Okay, under IT Act. Very simple. Next is, I have taken that material from your device without your permission. Offense under IT Act. Simple. Many things are such happens. Many things. N number of cases are happening like that. But it's very difficult to prove. Very difficult to prove. Sometimes when you send email, okay. Now you know what is the origin? Why this Google Doc and Google Forms were created? Probably one of the reasons is this. You send emails to your teacher, friend, whatever. What they do is they download it and then publish it in their name. When you do it in Google Doc, they cannot do it. When you send it in Google Form, they cannot do it. Right? That there your intellectual property and IT Act is interconnected. Okay. That text me to one small concept and tell you, then we will conclude. Any further question? After that. Yes.
Sir, what is the process of selling our patent or copyright to someone?
Why would you sell your patent? You don't need to sell your patent.
We can't.
No, why will you sell? That's your right. Don't sell. You can charge for utilizing your technology for by somebody else. That is your right to. That's not sell. You are charging for your.
Like transferring.
No, these are not transferable or heritable. Remember this. So when you have a property, the property is two types. Either it is a tangible property, it's an intangible property. Tangible property again two types. One is movable, immovable. It is my property, it is movable. right? I have a land. It's immovable property. Now, intangible property is your intellectual property, correct? So you do not do. It is not inheritable. You can give permission. You can give access to those property for which you can charge. That's not sale. Clear?
Like if we can transfer ownership of land. Suppose we can.
No, you cannot transfer the ownership
Ownership.
in intellectual property.
I'm talking about land.
Suppose
In case of copyright,
हाँ.
you can help me or not?
No, you cannot transfer the copyright to somebody else. Copyright will remain with you always because you are the owner. Otherwise, like the authenticity goes. You can give access, you can give permission. It is not transferable or inheritable. You say, my father has done this copyright, so this property is inheritable, so I will inherit the copyright of my father. No, that is not permissible. The property is always bound by two things: inheritable and transferable. So, intellectual property is not inheritable, not transferable. You can give permission, right? Otherwise, if sir has done some registration, his son will carry that. Okay, I have inherited that intellectual property of my father.
As far as I have searched in the text also, copyright is for a limited time period. After that it will expire. So,
Any other questions?
Why the patent number of media is lower as compared to
People are not aware. People are not aware. See, if you start a patent drive, I was talking to the Minister of States, Union Minister. If you start a drive, many patents can be registered, many technology which has to be registered. The problem is that we don't have a system because Calcutta. If Odisha would have a registration office in regional office, then more patents will come. First. Second is the mechanism is very difficult. Novelty. How do you prove novelty in black and white? No, you cannot. Proving novelty is very difficult. I was arguing in case in Kolkata and a patent matter where what they used to do is they were preparing earbuds and mobile accessories. Okay. Now that earbud is backed by a concept called that sound disqualification. Okay. And there are two kind of systems. One is while talking, you can have a background music. Suppose you are talking to me, can you have a background music? Can you? Anybody can say. But they have developed a technique. While talking, you can have a slow background music. Suppose you are talking to your girlfriend, you can have a romantic song. If you are talking to your guru, you can have. If you are talking to your priest, you can have Hare Krishna Hare Ram. You can do have. They have developed it. They could not prove how it is novel. How it is. But the technology is there. The process is so difficult. They could not get it. Case history finding. Good question. Very good question. I have done it. Luckily, I have done a lot of work on this area, so good answer. Otherwise, general answer.
how to prove that novelty? Because it is novel.
There is no straightforward formula. That is the problem. That is the problem. There is no. These are the conditions to prove. It is all. Now again, it takes me to another question. There is something called reason to believe. I believe that this is no. That authority has to sign reason to believe. Now, what is the reason to believe? I believe that this is a good product. This is my personal belief. Sir might say, sir, no, this is not good. My own. So like that. So reason to believe to have a concept that this is novel, this is unique, this is for the better purpose. That is very difficult. That's the difference. You have to satisfy that registrar. Otherwise, then go to next. So the process. Copyright is a. Now listen. Another question. The students will say, what is the difference between copyright and a patent? Basic. Yes.
कॉपीराइट रू आपण चार्ज कोइ परिबे निजर
Okay. Copyright means any intellectual property which can be copied, published, or transmitted in any mode, and which can be, it's a product where you can see that this is my music, this is my article, this is my book. Where it is written, it can be copied. Technology is the process. Patent is the process. And process is the patented, not the product. outcome. So that is the basic difference. Suppose a music has been tuned, that is to be copyrighted, correct? But the instrument which is being utilized, if that instrument is created by somebody, that process of creation is better. Yes. Anything else? Yes. Who party? Election aside party
Mr. X ଅଛି Mr. Y ଅଛି
Mr. X and Mr. Y.
ତାଙ୍କ ଭିତରେ କେସ୍ ଚାଲିଛି ତ କୋର୍ଟରେ
Who case?
କ୍ରିମିନାଲ କେସ୍
Ah.
ତ ମିଷ୍ଟର ଏକ୍ସ ଆଉ ମିଷ୍ଟର ୱାଇ ଭିତରେ କ୍ରିମିନାଲ କେସ୍ ଚାଲିଛି ତ ମିଷ୍ଟର ଏକ୍ସ ନିର୍ଦ୍ଦୋଷ ଅଛି ମିଷ୍ଟର ୱାଇ କ୍ରାଇମ୍ କରିଛି କିନ୍ତୁ ମିଷ୍ଟର ଏକ୍ସ ନିର୍ଦ୍ଦୋଷ ଅଛି ବୋଲି ତା ପାଖରେ କିଛି ଏଭିଡେନ୍ସ ନାହିଁ ତ ସେ ଜାଗାରେ ମାନେ ଲ କେମିତି ତାକୁ ହେଲ୍ପ କରିବ?
Wonderful. Excellent question. I'm okay with this. See, in a criminal law, in a criminal law, there is a basic jurisprudence. Everybody will know. What is that jurisprudence? Till you are proved guilty, you are innocent. माने कौन? जे पर्यंत आपण संपूर्ण भाव रे दोषी साब्यस्त होई नाहंती आपण इनोसेंट, करेक्ट? दोषी साब्यस्त किए करिवो? जे आपण को ना रे एलिगेशन करी सी प्रमाण करिवो, करेक्ट? ताकू सपोर्ट किए करिवो? ताकू सरकार सपोर्ट करिवो, बिकॉज़ सी होची विक्टिम, करेक्ट? केमिति करिवो? ओडे कांसेप्ट ला बियॉन्ड ऑल रिजनेबल डाउट। हम देश रे हम भारतीय आईन रे खसीबाटा भारी सहज, फसीबाटा भारी कष्ट, बुझेला? खसीबा माने एक्विटल। केमती? जे प्रूव करिवो ताकू प्रूव करे पड़ियो बियॉन्ड ऑल रिजनेबल डाउट। माने कोन? ऑल रिजनेबल डाउट, कोटे भी डाउट नाही 100% ए पिलाटी काम बदमाशी करछि, ए क्राइम टा करछि। जदि प्रूव हैला ताहले दंड मिलियो, नॉल दंड मिलियो, बुझ पर टिके डाउट हैला समझियो, करेक्ट? सो फर्स्ट पॉइंट इज जे कंप्लेन करूची, जहार क्षति हेची बोली जे एलिगेशन करूची ता ऊपर दायित्व रहबो, सी प्रमाण करबो कि एई करूची। केमिति करबो? बियॉन्ड ऑल रिजनेबल डाउट, किछि डाउट रहबो नाही। नंबर 2, नंबर 3 आउ कोन? आउ कोन?
सपोज जे भूल करिछि,
हां,
से एविडेंस देखै दोछि जे भूल करिना,
से करे दरकार, से देखेबा दरकार नाही। आरो लोक से सिपे कहलबा जे ताका नारे कंप्लेन करूची ना ताकू प्रूफ करे जे से करिछि बोली, ये किछि एविडेंस देखा दरकार।
तो से करि करबै
कर पले हला से सॉरी
एक्चुअली भूल करिछि
बट एविडेंस नथले हला से सपोज आई यू आर कंप्लेनिंग अगेंस्ट मी, से आसीथिले आ मोठू छड़े की मो घंटी नहीं कर हला
सर फॉर एग्जांपल
हां
तो से क्राइम कला बेले गोटे पर्सन देखिछि,
हां
घटार डेथ हेला,
हां हेला
बट लॉ का तो हेल्प करता
बट पले अब पॉजिटिव
सारे माने लॉ रे से लूप होल्स को देखै छै।
हां लूप यस, बट दिस इज द सिस्टम। Until you are proved guilty, you are innocent. And why this is very good question. You have to understand the jurisprudence. हमें बहुत कुछ कथा होगी, but jurisprudence is our criminal justice system is reformative. It is reformative. हमें सबले भाबू जे जेते बड़ क्रिमिनल हेले भी से काली सबले परिवर्तन होवार संभावना अछि। काहे कि हमर अशोक द चंडाशोक रु धर्मशोक होइतिले, हमर दस्यु रत्नाकर वाल्मीकि होइतिले, हां तो से भी जाई पारे। सेति पई कसब को भी हमें दिन को 60 लाख टका खर्च करी बिरयानी खाऊ। You have a right point, but कौन करे? आप सिस्टम से बने। The onus always lies with the victim. See proof कर, पर with the help, है ना? Yes.
Can a magistrate become a judge?
Magistrate.
Became a
Now you
judge.
need to know who is the magistrate.
A magistrate meaning maybe.
Do you have a pen for the whiteboard? No. What is it? No, that's fine. No, it's okay. No, it's okay. It's okay. Leave it. Catch. Throw it. I missed it. The magistrate. Okay, fine. Magistrate is of two types. One is judicial magistrate, another is executive magistrate. Okay. In our system, there is something called, have to read this. Legislative, executive and judicial. Checks and balance. Have you read it? Who are the legislatures? This is again another 1 hour session. These legislatures are the lawmakers, either MP and MLA. Correct? I'm just keeping it short. Executive, the officers and the ministers. The very moment they, as an MP, when they become minister, as the same person as MP is legislature. Same person being MP as a minister becomes executive, and the officers. And judiciary is the judges and the lawyers which are there, right? So from executive, there are certain persons that are executive magistrates. In CRPC, magistrates are two types. One is executive magistrate, basically the officers. Who are the officers? Like Tahsildar, sub-collectors, collectors. Collector is known as district magistrate. In commissionerate police, like Cuttack Bhubaneswar commissionerate police, the police is given the executive magistrate power. Right. If you see CRPC chapter 9, 140, soy chorades negala. Right? How minus soy chorades? Law and order situation. That goes to the executive magistrate. Correct. 133, public nuisance. आपको डिपार्टमेंट सामने रे आउट किसी लोग आसबा पछपटे किसी लोग आसी से डंप करबे, so that becomes public nuisance. So you go to the executive magistrate. Okay. Now judicial magistrates are the officers, those who after completion of their law degree appear for judicial examination, the OJS only. Okay, I am talking about the Secretary Legal Service Authority from his question. She is a judicial magistrate. So magistration two levels. Okay. Now these persons are executive magistrate. If they appear someday, they can become a judge of any court, or if they are presiding over a court, they can be addressed as a judge or a presiding officer. These magistrates are magistrates when they are conferred with civil power, when they deal with magistrate, judicial magistrate first class, judicial magistrate second class, chief judicial magistrate, they are criminal. They only deal with criminal cases. When they are conferred with civil power, they are known as civil judges, civil judge junior division, civil judge senior division. So the scope of being addressed as judges for the judicial magistrates are more. Here they may hold. Right? Have a clear idea? Thank you. Good that students have questions from various angles. I hope I am answering correctly.
Yes, sir.
I am answering correctly, I know, but you are understanding. Important is your understanding of it. But it is always, we always interact with lawyers and law students.
Kindly ask question to topic. Last one question or two question we take.
Sir, would a patent or validity ke years?
That I have to check. That is innovative. I have to check. I am not sure.
Move full court के लिए मौके देखिए 20 years तक India है.
That I have to check. Considering the, but I have to check. I'll check and I'll inform. Yes.
Last question.
Sorry. How do you protect it? You have to register it. Your intellectual property has to be registered. Okay. If it is not registered, it is very difficult to protect. If it is leaked or taken away by somebody. Suppose I know that you have written this book, but you have made this music, but fortunately, unfortunately, you have not registered it. Somebody else takes it from you and publishes it in his name, and then he registers it. Then the right will be with him. Correct.
Sir, potentially, जो आमच्या जो but since the backside रे कोई कि there is no magic pill to guarantee to boost your immune system. एमते नहीं कोई जदि कहे कि there is no magic pill तो तब मार्केट केमते करू?
See, there is something called surrogated advertisement. Okay, right. For example, anyone of you drink? I'm talking about water. No. You drink water, right? If a liquor company wants to promote his liquor product, cannot. But if he promotes the same name, a water bottle or a soda, directly or indirectly, music CD, directly or indirectly, you understand that this. Like I asked you to drink, you said no. Right? That is called surrogated advertisement. First. Second, they are talking about this thing. They are saying about this particular product.
Medicated drink okay.
Medicated means whether it has to be certified by any medical agency or that has to be
medicated.
No, they say it. You can challenge that if you say that. You can ask that. So was the certificate. If they fail, you can challenge that. You can challenge that. Like there is a standard form of contract. What is the standard form of contract? If you give your coat or jacket to laundry for dry washing, okay. In the receipt, in the back side, there are small letters. There are a lot of rules and regulations. Can you change it? And do you ever read it? Nobody reads. But that's the standard form of contract. When you are giving
हाँ सॉरी सब तो है गिलानी खाली फोटो खींचते हैं वो तो सूर्य साल पचास दिया
Maybe so many dating apps are there, right? I won't send you. But anyway, why will I send you? No, but I send it. You accept it. That means there is an agreement between you and me. Whatever they are in your page, I am accepting. That is called click wrap agreement. By clicking, I accept. You are having an agreement with me. Right. Next is called shrink wrap agreement. You ordered something from Amazon. Now shrink wrap agreement is not there. Once you open it, that means you accept the product. Tavither itta godi badli asile bhi it is yours. That is called click wrap, shrink wrap agreement. So likewise, when you pay the money, get that product, and you are not objecting to that, that you are accepting it. Later on, you cannot challenge it. Right?
Thank you so much, sir. Now is the time to felicitate our resource person. So I would like to request Ms. Y. Padmavati ma'am to felicitate Mr. Prabhu Prasanna Behra, sir. Ma'am, please. I would like to invite Mrs. Arismita Karan ma'am to propose the vote of thanks.
Thank you, Sandra. Good afternoon, one and all present here. It is my privilege to propose vote of thanks for Second Extramural Seminar. First of all, I would like to thank the core of my heart on behalf of Department of Commerce and Management College to Mr. Prabhu Prasanna Behra sir for his wonderful presentation, his presence, his patience, and he has given time to us. On the occasion of Second Extramural Seminar, your presence has added some extra spark to the event, and thank you for that. In absentia for his moral support and financial support to make it happen. I would like to thank Mrs. Y. Padmavati to arrange such type of seminar. And all of my colleagues and my dear students for their patience, cooperation. Thank you all.